Second split again. That is my home. I'm ranked 11th. That's kind of good. I'm pretty happy to be ranked low down in this one. So hello everyone and welcome to another iRacing episode, and it's going to be a bit of a quicker one this one because I'd been dreading this track ever since I started this season and I knew it was going to be coming. Generally the Mazdas, they do the same tracks throughout the course of each season, but when I actually first got on iRacing when I was a rookie, I actually went to start my first ever race on this track and I did a bit of practice on it. I basically did a single lap and I said never mind, I'll wait until next week instead, because I hated it so much straight away as soon as I got out on track back when I was, first starting out. Now, only the best 8 results count in the championship, so we'll talk more about that towards the end of this video since we are getting towards the end of the season now. But that means that I could have easily missed this round completely and not had any issues. It wouldn't have made a difference, but for this first season at least, I wanted to do every single round, so even this one that I didn't really enjoy. The worst thing was that I'd actually just had my second COVID vaccine 2 days before this, and it had wiped me out with fever and just generally feeling unwell, so I was recovering from that as well. So I decided that I was just going to do the one race and be done with it, and whatever happened, given that the next track that we're going to be racing on is my favourite track, which is also the track that I started this journey on after I decided not to do this one in the first place, Oulton Park Fosters. That'll be the next track that we race on in the next round, so that's one that I'm looking forward to, and I just thought, let's just do one race around here just to say that I've done it and look forward to next week instead. Now again, with limited practice, I'd actually not been doing too bad with lap times, getting sort of better than what I'd expected, matching what some of the top split were doing again. And even though I had a pretty bad first lap on my qualifying, my second qualifying lap ended up being one of my best laps that I'd ever set, pretty close to my all-time best, and that actually got me into second place on the grid. So then it was just a case of seeing how I could hold on in this race around a track that I really wasn't going to enjoy. Wow, 54.2. Okay, well that absolutely works. A 10th away from my best when I haven't been able to put a lap together for like the last 10 minutes. I'll take that.
Green, green, green. All right. Still there. Keep to the left. Clear on the right.
Shit! No, I hate myself. I absolutely hate myself so much. All I had to do was just keep the... Well, third place did exactly the same thing. It's not over, I suppose, but qualifying was half the battle. God, that's the guy who started third. He's been off twice now. Me and him are not having a good day. another one. I need some more of that. I hated this track from the moment I set eyes on it. Last year when I first started iRacing. It has not improved in my eyes. Paint some bloody curbs. And even if I get up to people, I'm never going to be able to overtake them. Where am I going to be able to overtake?
You got a slow car on the left.
Although if that happens, I'll take it. That's all I can do, just wait for that to happen. Trying to get myself all G'd up. Maybe if I hate the track more, I'll drive better. If I'm angry at it. Now if I'm driving like that, I won't. Come on! Let's put some pressure on, for God's sake. It's better. 54.1, look at that lap time. Much better. More of that. Let's go.
You got a slow car on the right. Car stop on the right. You got a slow car on the left.
Bloody hell. Can I get in before the corner?
Stand by. Right side. Keep to the left. Clear
Nah.
on the right.
Didn't want to keep my nose stuck in there, to be honest. Alright, this is about to get dicey. Need to play it smart. He went for a move there, behind me. I mean, this guy in front of me is going to be annoyed. Whatever's happened, whether he made a mistake or he's got taken out, he's going to be frustrated. Maybe I just need to bide my time, because I feel like it's probably one of those only a matter of time sort of things before something kicks off, but I don't want to be involved in that thing that kicks off. But I've just got pressure behind me as well, which is making it a lot harder. There's just nowhere really to overtake. Like, it's just... Yeah, I got a bad exit there. This might give this guy behind a run.
Left side. Here on the left.
God damn it. I think I've got damage as well. He spammed sorry in the chat. It doesn't really help any, does it? Let's be honest. Can't believe I've got a car on me. As I was saying, I didn't want to be the person getting involved in any of that nonsense. I mean, I've still kept the same position at least. Yeah, at least, unlike all the other incidents I've had, he was a gentleman about it and stopped and waited for me and let me go and said sorry in the chat. Like, that makes me hate him a little less. We started second and third on the grid as well. We're both having terrible races.
Cut off on the right. Cut off on the right.
Someone was off the track, I'm sure there. Was that for position, or was it a back marker, or what? Might have been a back marker. I just need to survive this. I kept 8th even after that big crash. If I can keep 8th, I won't lose too much. Hopefully. And I can just write off this week and never revisit this track ever again. Oh, that was for position. Someone in the pits. I think, yeah, 7th now. Just about. No luck on the guys ahead taking each other out, but
Good job. Very good job.
honestly, to get 7th out of that anyway, considering I'm ranked 11th in the session and I hate the track, and I think I'm just gonna run away from this and never come back. I really hate myself for that first lap mistake though. The thing that I'm most frustrated about with these is that they're becoming more frequent. I don't know whether it's because I'm like pushing harder now, but even early on in me racing, I never used to be doing stuff like this, and it's really frustrating to start doing stuff like this. It's so pathetic when you go around like that and it's all your own fault. It's happened a few times in the last few races now, and it's worse than being taken out. 1666. Honestly, to only lose 6 going into my favourite track next week, I'm alright. Plus 0.1 on the safety rating. Still lodged firmly in the second split on such a horrible track. I'll happily take that and run. I don't even want to try doing another. I don't even want to set one more lap around this track again. That's it. I'm done. Let's move on to next week. So yeah, this wasn't the best round, and I really need to cut out those mistakes that have crept in lately going forward, but I am looking forward to hopefully finishing off the season strongly and certainly having a better round next week on a track I like. And with that in mind, here's how my championship points look coming into this round. Now, the way that it works with iRacing is if you do 1 to 4 races, your best result from those 4 races counts. If you do 5 to 8 races, the average of your 2 best results count. So for me, I'm only doing 1 to 3 races every round. So basically, my best result counts towards my championship. So if I have 1 bad result and 1 good result, 2 races, 1 good race, 1 bad race, it's only the points from the good race that count, which works good for me. So points are given based on how high you finished and how strong the field was that you were racing against. So I was getting less points earlier in the season when I was in the 3rd and 4th splits, despite still having some good results. My best points haul came from the win that I got at Oulton Park in the 2nd split a few rounds ago with that 92 points. Now, only the best 8 rounds count as well in the championship, so the bolded numbers are those that are guaranteed to count to my final score at this point, with the other numbers being scores that I could potentially improve upon if I get a higher score in future rounds. The points that I got for this race were a measly 45, which maybe I could have improved if I did more races, but my heart really wasn't in it. So that means that those 45 points really aren't going to count towards the championship, and it's just a wash anyway. But it also means that the 77 points that I got in round 6 will now be guaranteed to count to my final points. So basically we've got 3 rounds to go, and I can improve on my total score of 592 by getting higher points in the last 3 rounds than my lowest point scores in rounds 1, 3, 7, and round 9 is already not going to count. So basically those 2 50-point scores and that's 72, if I can get higher points in any single race for any of the last remaining races, that will improve my overall score of 592 to something higher. As it is right now, I'm ranked just outside the top 100 in the series out of about 30,000. It would be nice to break into that top 100, but we'll have to see how it goes. Ultimately, none of this really matters too much. It's just for a little bit of fun to see where I place in the championship and, to actually have a bit of a championship and look at some points and see how I've done throughout the season for my first full season in the series. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to the original track next week. I'm gonna try and do all 4 races for that one, which is the most I'll have done for any round. And I'll see you next time for the coverage of that. Hopefully we get some good points in that one. Points 45. That's actually my lowest point score this season in terms of rounds that are going to count. So that's not going to count. So basically this round was a wash. It's meant nothing. I might as well have not done it. But I wanted to just do like every race. I wanted to at least participate in one of each race. But I'm glad that's the only one I'm going to do for that one.